Hello everybody, rare Saturday political read. Things happen so dang fast, it's friggin' amazing. Anyway, I want everybody to say hello to Psychic Duck. Hello everybody, good to see you. Yeah, good to see you too. Crazy week, yeah? Got a new friend. Say hello to Piggy. Hello everybody. Hello. Ah, Biggie, are you gonna keep quiet? No. Can you believe that? Quiet, Biggie. Oh my God. Dementia. Can anybody say the word dementia in his little circle? No. Because if somebody said, "Sir, I think you have dementia," he would go, "Quiet, Piggy." All right, so I just wanted to get on. Let's see. There were some things I wanted to read on with Medium Kim, but we just took off. It was good show. And so, but I wanted to do a little deep dive because let's just start off right away. I'm using my Grand Tarot Deluxe. I'm glad it didn't have any naked parts on it for YouTube to block me. How come YouTube blocks me with the naked parts, yet people are dropping the F-bomb all over the place and they're not getting blocked? Whatever. So, the thing that I wanted to look at, and I do have notes, but I want to look at Ukraine. I was not going to look at Marjorie Taylor Greene. Now I am. That Mamdani thing, is that how you pronounce it? Hang on. Yeah, it's Mamdani. In Trump. I was gonna read on it, but I'm too late. I'm too late. Things are changing really, really fast. So one of the things that I keep getting, and we all are getting, this crap is leaving. Not fast enough, but it is leaving. Marjorie Taylor Greene is leaving. Weird. Just weird. So it's like, what are you... Right after the... Oh, yeah, here's another thing. What was it? The 6 Democrats said, don't give up the ship. Marjorie Taylor Greene has given up the ship. Like, come on now. Don't give up the ship. We finally had a MAGA voice that was starting to speak to humanity. We need health care. And Trump, so the thing with Trump that, and I saw somebody do a podcast on this, that if you get him one-on-one, he is very charming. Didn't Kamala Harris in her book say that Trump called her on the phone, and after the conversation she goes, "Oh my God, he's so charming. And then she goes, "Well, wait. What about all the crap that he said before? So number one, he's Dementia Don, double D. Not Daredevil, for you Marvel comic book heroes. Daredevil. So, I grew up reading comic books, and Daredevil was pretty cool. And then Ben Affleck did it. I'm going, really? Okay, never mind. Squirrel moment. So there's just so much news. I mean, I could get on every single day, but then I think I'd go crazy. Stop. No judgments. All right, so what I want to look at first, the very first thing, and let me see if I pull this up on my email because, yeah, so I read on this 2 nights ago for myself, and I got such a positive read on it. And I'm like, okay, here we go. I got an email from This Will Hold. They have that the 2024 Harris win in the elections was proven by the NSA, National Security, Administration, whatever, NSA. And that audit, which nobody can seem to procure, they don't know where it is, but it was handed over to the FBI. And then it kind of disappears. But NSA has that audit where Harris won. And so I'm thinking, because of all this news that with the Epstein released the files, which it's not going to be released from Pam Bondi anyway, I'm like, and Kim and I touched on this before yesterday, is this Epstein release going to be somehow wrapped around the election? Okay, that wasn't the right way to say it. Are the Epstein files somehow going to shed light on Harris's win? So let's just look at the cards. Let's just see what they have to say. So for those who are relatively new, Psychic Duck and I both think that Kamala Harris won bigly, and it was Elon Musk who had manipulated the software code. He said it's simple. He said it's one line of code. Trump had already said, Elon Musk helped me win the election. Without Elon Musk, I wouldn't have won. He already said that. So in the Election Truth Alliance is also having some lawsuits up. It doesn't feel like in this administration we're going to really hear about it. But let's just see. With the Epstein files being released, is this going to open up an avenue so that we can see the true election results? Is it going to open up an avenue, or is it just going to allow us to see the true results? Worry? Well, okay, so I'm not quite sure where this is going just yet. I'm going to drop it down. I'm not sure where this is going yet because the Epstein files are causing a lot of worry. 9 of Swords. A lot of worry. The manipulation, the magician of data. We're talking about Epstein files opening up a pathway so that we can see the manipulation of the votes. At the base of the reading is the King of Coins. This is one of my cards for Pumpkinhead, for the 34 count felon. I keep forgetting that. The Law and Order president. He's a felon. In the past, we have the Two of Pentacles, and this is juggling. This is trying to balance in stormy seas. And this is also, if the Pentacles are are considered votes, then yeah, they're juggling and balancing this election. At the top of the reading, we have the Lovers. So when we look at the Lovers card here, what in this context, in this certain spread, what does the Lovers mean? To me, I'm not getting the MAGA movement so far, even though we have the King of Pentacles down here, and a lot of times the Lovers card will remind me to tap into that MAGA love, that cult love, but in this deck it doesn't seem like it's so much, but it could be, and it could be that there's going to be some illumination. Look at the top of the card that comes out with this. So maybe some clarifiers on that Lovers card, but it doesn't feel like, it feels more of the passion that we had for the candidate that we voted for. And I say we because all of you guys, I don't think I had many people voting for Pumpkinhead that watch this channel. In the potential near future, the government. Wow. Wow, the higher order of things. So we have the worry about the manipulation for the King of Pentacles, balancing things out, and the Lovers card that's overshadowing this is the love that Kamala Harris brought to the campaign. It was a joyous campaign. It wasn't an in the dirt campaign. Okay, moving on. Let's keep going. I'm going to drop the camera down a little bit more. We have the King of Wands. Okay, so I'm reaching back into the oldies but goodies. The King of Wands to me was Rutte, Mark Rutte. And so with this, King of Wands in the internal position of the Epstein files opening up and seeing if there's going to shed light on the election manipulation, it seems like he's showing up again too. Externally, the nine of Wands. Okay, so who is this Nine of Wands? Feels like it's us. Externally, we've been beaten down. We're like knocked down. We're going, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But we're not giving up the ship, are we? No. At the top of the reading, in the hopes and fears anyway, I should say, the Lotus. In our hopes and fears. So, with this position, as I always say, we hope, and our fear is she won't. Interesting. And the final outcome with two clarifiers. The Emperor, someone in control. Now, when I read court cards, major arcana cards, I read it in a liberal way where there is no gender. Just like Psychic Duck says, I am not a he, I am not a she, I am a they, them, their, she, he. I'm everything rolled into one. This Emperor card is just somebody in complete control. We hope that Kamala Harris, well, I do anyway, and not so much Kamala Harris as much as the Divine Feminine comes in and gets that role in the government, the emperorish role in the government. So I hear from certain people that it's not time for the divine feminine to step up. No way would they elect a black woman as president. I disagree strongly. I think we're at time. I think there is the time for that. So the emperor clarified by the high priestess. Exactly. Exactly. So we have the magician, the guy, right? We have the female magician, the high priestess. Listen to our intuition, making magic out of something different than the magician makes it out of, but equally as powerful. And I love that I got the high priestess next to the emperor. Little minor cards. And it's giving us a new emotional start. So you can see this was similar to the reading that I got before when I did it just by myself. It's not time for lunch yet. And the other spread I got was involved the world. So there was something that was coming out from the world with these Epstein files that it's going to shake things up. And this was specifically asking about Kamala Harris and the vote. And it shook up. It showed the manipulation. It shook up the hierarchy, the hierophant of the government. And we have a new emperor. And the clarifier, we hope it's the Queen of Cups. The clarifier was the high priestess and the Ace of Cups, a new emotional start. So if you have the Ace of Cups, pretty soon you're going to get the Queen of Cups, right? And I keep thinking, well, then you get the King of Cups. Some people say that Joe Biden is going to come back as an interim, and then they're going to have a vote. Let's just throw in that. 3 cards. Is Joe Biden going to be back in the government as president in an interim position when Pumpkinhead leaves? Whoa. Let's drop it down. Let's drop it down for all you. Hey, before I go, pull your card, see what you get. This is fun. So we have Sun, full illumination. We have the Knight of Swords. And this is a military card for me. And it's about the world. Completion, world information coming from the world, full illumination, lightness, play, new beginnings with this Sun card. Okay. I mean, all of these are yes. That's probably we need to make this happen card, but the Knight of Swords, fast moving action. Okay, so without looking at notes, I just want to look at, can we make bets on how fast Trump is going to start calling Mandami names? What is MAGA thinking of that communist in the Oval Office? I mean, they're okay with MBS. Wow. Well, that was all last week. That was last week. So they were okay with MBS, at least I think. I didn't hear any like fighting, screaming about it. But I did hear some screaming about Mandani. So what is, what's the fallout with MAGA on this? What's MAGA thinking right now? I have a sense that they're getting really tired of this crap. They're going, no. Marjorie Taylor Greene leaving too. Let's look at that next as far as MAGA. Okay, what's MAGA thinking? Mandani, Wheel of Fortune. They are spinning with this. They're like, what the heck? Their heads are going in circles with this. Four of Coins. They're still hanging in there. They're still going on, you know. I think we can still own those libs. Oh, I'm so sick of that shit. So sick of that shit. Owning the libs. Okay. Ooh. They're watching their ship go out. Okay. So MAGA's not liking this. They are not liking this. They're still there. Maybe J.D. Vance. I was watching Keith Edwards. There's a couple of shows that I watch that are, you know, they're just, Keith Edwards is pretty good. He's pretty level-headed. He's not inflammatory. The I Had It News, they're inflammatory, but they're just fun. But some of these others that are just, it's like you put out a headline and you didn't even talk about it. Anyway, so Keith Edwards, he goes, okay, this is just fun, this is gossip. I'm all for gossip. I'm all for it, for fun, but not to live in it all day long. But just to poke fun, because I'm a relative of this. Okay. From Missouri. I won't even tell you what my first job was on the pig farm that I worked at. Won't even tell you because it'll make me cry. Okay, let's move on. Sorry, Piggy. See, I can apologize. Sorry, Piggy. Okay, what we're going to look at, MTG and MAGA. What's going on? MTG and MAGA. MTG and MAGA. Nine of Cups. Wishes fulfilled. Wishes. Cheers. Is it like good riddance? Get out of here. Eight of Coins. I'm not getting a clear answer on this. Seven of Coins. Okay, let me drop this down and we'll kind of see where this is going. So MAGA, cheers. I think they were like, yeah, Marjorie, yay, yay, yay. And there's, but what is this hard work? And then they're reaping what they sow. It's like Marjorie Taylor Greene's going, okay, I've made enough money out of Congress. I'm putting it in a basket and I'm leaving. But this is MAGA. This is MAGA. Moving on. Two of Swords. They see the two. They're not at a crossroads anymore in this deck. They're going, we can take this path or this path. So but it's not. Does that make sense? It's not a crossroads. There's two different paths that they can go on. And they're not crossing each other. And this is what I get at when we go to our visit our families and things like that, and owning the libs. it's not it should not be about owning anything like that. It should be, owning one party or another. We all are want the same thing for the United States, as far as I can tell. And that is success, that is happiness, that is freedom. And if we cherish those values, then there is no crossroads. However, how we're doing it, that's the crossroads. But I think people are getting fed up with it. Look at his ratings. People keep going, they're in the toilet. No, they're in the toilet. And the final, there's a coming together here. So this is MAGA and Marjorie Taylor Greene. What are they thinking? Marjorie Taylor Greene was speaking rationally in the end, saying this is not what we're about. Just because I disagree with somebody doesn't mean that you should beat me up. Would she call herself a battered wife? I thought that was a little weird, but then again, it's the cult of MAGA. James Jones, and who was the guy down in Waco, Texas? So I think that things are starting to make sense, and I feel like with this Two of Swords, they're going, we don't have to be so crazy with this. We don't have to drag our neighbors out of cars because they're brown-skinned, who have been here for years in the community, our neighbors. There's a better way to do this. Now and I think we're coming together. Look at that, brown and white. So, yeah. Am I doing a bunch of hopium? Oh yeah, I am. Yeah, baby. I saw Austin Powers. Yeah, baby. Hopium. All right, let's take a look at, so it feels like we're shifting gears. It feels like the shift is here. Certainly, astrology-wise, we're getting there. So, we're not there yet, but we're getting there. The other thing that I wanted to look at, let's just look at Pumpkinhead. I gotta switch decks. I'm gonna use the One World Tarot. Oh, look. Oops, can I show that? I don't know if I can. Lena and Sienna Rose made these. They did not make them YouTube safe. Come on, put a little YouTube cap on it so that, okay. So I got the Star card. Yay, that just fell out. And I'm looking at Pumpkinhead. So whether he goes up to the stars, whether he has an awakening, whether he, because you look at Mandani and what he did there, I'm like, wow. I mean, that was, I don't know. I need to go back and look at, anyway, never mind. The Lovers. Whoops, dang. I might get flagged for that. Lena, you need to put a YouTube child-proof cap on this deck. Okay. Let's see. Trump. What's going on with Trump? I hear other psychics say he's dead, he's gone. I sense that there's a real good chance in the plane that they're using AI, although that Quiet Piggy thing, I don't think that was AI. So, but I'm going, they can he's got all the tech bros. And both Kim and I got, yeah, they're using AI for certain things for him. Certainly, I mean, if I was in charge of the AI, I would fix the makeup, and I'd fix the hand, and I would fix the cankles, and I'd give him a deep, resonant voice, one that sounded like authority. Trump. Let's look at Trump. Sorry, that was a squirrel. Trump. Okay, what is going on? What is going on? Mentally, health-wise, let's see what we got. Ace of Wands. Something smacking, you know, something new is coming, and if you don't pay attention, it's going to smack you over the head. With the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is, it's finance, it's money, it's earth, it's security. New emotional start. Didn't we get this with Kamala's reading? There's a new emotional start at the base of this. Let me drop this down, and hopefully I won't get any cards that get me. I'll flip it first. In the past, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Things are spinning, things are moving. Is that his brain? It's just like spinning around in circles. Karmic Wheel at the top of the reading, the Nine of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is living in an isolated world, though. To me, when I look at this and when I feel this Nine of Pentacles in this reading, it feels like he has all this wealth, but it's just in a little garden, and he doesn't get out. He doesn't get out and see the real things. Obviously, he thinks that, affordability, someone told him that word, and he's pronouncing it very well, by the way, don't you think? But he goes, no, prices are going down. He was so clueless. However, this card does say there is some intuition here in your own little garden. In the potential near future, walking away, leaving. And we get that a lot with him. Is that physically? Is that mentally? If I was reading this on somebody and it was the first card out, I would say, you're walking away from this sorrow, this tragic, even though none of these cups are spilled, but from this emotional depth, and you're walking away to find yourself in a better place. You're getting a clear idea of who you are by walking away from this emotional river that you're in. But it can also mean he's leaving. Okay. Yeah, he could be leaving. Ow. Ow. So, other Ten of Cups, Ten of Swords. In the Light Seer's Tarot, the swords are stuck in the ground and the person's walking away. Like, I felt the pain, I've dealt with it, and I'm walking away. Similar to the Eight of Cups. In this deck, he's been stabbed in the back so many times that the phoenix is rising out of it. So is he really walking away to find himself, to find the phoenix in himself, or is he just stuck? Well, we didn't get the unalive card, so that's good. But we did get a moving on to calmer waters card. And why do I think this is mental? That he's moving away into calmer waters. Is it drugs? Is it just I got to get out of here? Does he go back and listen to Phantom of the Opera to get calm, and don't let the sun, don't let the sun come down on me. That was one of the songs he listened at in his, that some people heard blaring out of the White House. We have the Knight of Cups. So this Knight is somebody bringing calming energy. It could be trickster energy. It could be something that's coming forward like the Knight in Shining Armor, but it's a trickster energy, hopes and fears. And a lot of people are waking up to, I hope he would have been the Knight in Shining Armor, but it was a trickster. And they're waking up to the trickster element of it. And the final outcome, okay, can't show you. Hang on. There we go. The Lovers. And it's clarified by, come on, that's MAGA. The King of Cups. Didn't we just talk about Pumpkinhead leaving and Joe Biden coming in for an interim? So King of Cups is my Joe Biden card. Now, I don't sense that. I don't get that. Some of the cards say yes. Intuitively, I don't see it. But maybe there's a calming force that comes in because he's leaving. And the other clarity card is the Page of Swords. Bringing forward truth. It's this young, it's a young sword of truth that's coming out. Trump. What's showing up here for this guy? If I think of the Lovers as MAGA, they're getting a little more calm with this, even though they're like, oh, hell no. And they're swinging for the fences. And then you have all these blackbirds leaving. So I think some of them are facing the truth and leaving with this. I don't see them saying, oh, we're going to switch over to Joe Biden. I'm not saying that at all. But there is a calmness that's coming if that Lover's card is MAGA base. Trump. It really feels like Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups, new beginning, Wheel of Fortune, walking away to find oneself, getting out of here. Getting out. Okay, there we go. I want to look at 38 minutes. I want to look at Ukraine. They had a 28 point peace plan given to them and says, accept this. Again, accept this. And you have until Thursday to do it. Did we have something with Texas? Yeah, I think we did. I'm sorry, squirrel moment. Texas, they had a short little hiccup with their redistricting map. And so I got a little more insight on California's plan, but it doesn't really matter because what happened, as far as I understand, was that there was a judge that blocked Texas's redistricting map because they said it was racially made. And so they blocked it. It was a federal judge. And Abbott says, I'm going to take it to the Supreme Court. He didn't have to because another judge said, no, it's okay, you can do this. The new map is okay. I think it's still going to go to the Supreme Court, but we found out that in California's bill, they had a provision in the early days where it said, if Texas does this, we will implement our map. But since Texas already passed their law, then the California legislature took that provision out because it was already done in Texas. So if the Supreme Court says, no, you did this racially and you have to take it back to the early stages before you gerrymandered your map, well, California gets to keep its 5 delegates. Okay. I didn't know that, and I'm in California. Not that it would have changed my vote, but goes to show you, I think I need to read these things a little better. But the other thing too is that Pumpkinhead is so underwater in all of these counties and districts, you know, especially with the Latino people, that it would have failed anyway, I thought. Okay, let's move on. Ukraine. So this 28, 29, whatever it is, I had a piece of hair that was tickling my nose. Okay, so this peace plan. It looked like that, you know, and the other thing with Pumpkinhead, you want to be the last person in the room talking to him to get your point of view in an executive order. And so that's what Mandani, squirrel moment, right? Big circle. That's what Mandani did. I think he was there by himself. I have to go back and look at that. Hairs. Come on. Okay. So he was in the room by himself, and that's why he was so nice and charming. Okay. And you know Mandani is really charming. Really. He knows how to work a room. Okay. Ukraine. So it was a lot of Russian talking points, this peace plan. Ukraine didn't get anything from what I saw. Maybe they got 1 or 2 things, and I don't know what they were. But the points that I got, it would be like I'm not even reading it any further if I was Zelensky. You want me to give up my land. You want me not to be able to join NATO for life. You're not giving me any security guarantees. And there was something else that was big in there. You want me to get on my knees and go, "Hail, leader"? No, that wasn't part of it. But it kind of felt like it. So what is it with peace for Ukraine and Russia? What is it? You know, and I think about where we're going as a collective, where we're going as and our evolution of this species. And if we do war on somebody, we are doing war to ourselves. That is going to become, we are going to learn that lesson, not now, but we are going to learn it. And if I didn't say not now, maybe we would have. Y'all can blame me. But we are going to learn this lessons. Whatever wars we create, it's coming back to hurt us. All you got to do is look at immigration. We bomb the hell out of these people's homes and then say, you can't come in here. But you guys have homes. You guys have apartment buildings. We have nothing. You bombed us. Don't come in here. You low-life refugees. But you created this. Who's the low-life in that scenario? It's not the refugees. I had to clarify that because I could hear some people going, oh, come on, Danny. All right. Ukraine. What's it going to take? Are we going to see peace in... Are we going to... It's hard to read on this. Are we going to see peace in 6 months? My stomach gets in knots. Are we going to see peace in 6 months? NATO. King of Wands. And you've got Zelensky talking to the European leaders going, it's just not Ukraine, it's more. They're going to go after more. 3 of Wands. Ukraine. So they're seeing this, they're seeing their armadas from the shore. They're going, help is coming. That's what I get with this card. It's 3 ships, 3 wands. The other deck, it was just 1 ship. It was like a ghost ship. This one, it's like there's help coming. But it's in a distance. The guy needs a looking glass to see. What do you call that, the looking glass? Monoscope, telescope? I don't know. Okay. Coming together in the 2 of Cups. Yay, yay, yay. In the past, I guess this is a good card. In the past, we have death, rebirth. That's the past influences. Can we have life at the top of the reading? No, we get strength though. Okay. How's this going for Ukraine? Strength. In the potential near future, the Queen of Cups. I just smile when I see that card. Makes me happy. What can I say? Makes the duck happy too. Makes me happy. New beginning in the internal place. Let me drop this down so you can see, because this is kind of a good spread. Me like. So in the external position that's coming up, we still have the defending oneself. This is Ukraine defending itself. It's got strength up there though. Nice, nice, nice. It's going on a new journey, but right now it's got to, internally it wants to go on a new journey. And I think it will with the Queen of Cups in the near future, but right now externally they're still defending themselves, and in the hopes and fears they will get assistance with the 6 of Pentacles, giving and receiving. But I don't know what she's giving yet, but she is receiving assistance. Ah, damn it. Ooh. We have the 5 of Wands. Now when I said damn it, looking at this, I thought it was the 5 of Swords. But this is not. This is the 5 of Wands. And if you look at the image here, they're just holding up their weapons. They're holding up the sticks. So it feels like it's a truce, even though they're still battling this out. It feels like a truce in this 5 of Wands. And Five of Wands is verbal altercations. It's not sword energy. Eight of Wands, fast. You know how fast that Palestinian-Israeli peace thing came together? It was really fast, even though I don't think it's holding. Really fast. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. This is abundance. This is family assistance. This is the old guard saying, we're going to help. And when I looked at this, I went, is that a rebuild card? Is that a rebuild card? Please? Please? Let's go on the base of this. What's moving on? At the base of this, we have the Chariot. We have the Empress. This is Russia, I would assume, talking about this. We have the Wish card. And we have slow moving progress. And normally I just pull 4, but that card screamed at me. Show it, the Magician. I think things are going to move to a better place. Not as fast as I want, not as fast as anybody wants, but it looks like Ukraine is not weak, and Ukraine does not have to give up anything. Okay, that's it, you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Appreciate you all. Be good. Peace and love.